Alright guys, today I'm going to be installing the Lowrance Elite FS, the new Lowrance out coming out. Elite FS 7 for a customer. I removed the Guardian plate as well too. I have to mount the actual transducer. He has the 3-in-1 transducer onto the Guardian plate. And I'll go over how we do all that stuff here in a few minutes, guys. So first thing after taking the Guardian plate off the kayak, guys, you'll need to replace this little plate with this one for the total scan transducer to sit there. Use a little protection for the cable and everything that goes inside the Guardian plate. So removing that, just a couple screws. Just that simple, guys, installed. So the wires can go inside the hole, guys, for your transducer. You just lay it out right there. Kind of get an idea where you want it to lay out exactly. You want to drill some holes to meet the back of these holes for this. And in order to do that, guys, I'll actually use the plate that comes with the kit. Alright guys, so the thing is with this, it's not as flush fitting against here because of this little lip here to give you protection for your wires. So I'm actually flip it this way, just get my lines lined up. They're going to line up with the transducer no matter which way you do it. So they line up with the hole perfectly fine too as well, this way or this way. I want to kind of line up about right here where this line's at, well my first set of holes line up at, so I'm going to go in right there and make it nice and straight. Now you can see the 6 holes there. You got 2 black ones right there, 2 here, and my bottom 2 of me right there. And to go, now you just gotta drill some holes. The bit I use, like I say, the 3/16 drill bit. Another thing you can kind of look at when you're actually doing this, guys, is make sure you kind of check where your holes are going to be going at for this side too. This because being in my way a little bit, guys. It's going to be right there on the edge of that, guys. So it's going to be very close. Of course, guys, these are the screws that come with your actual kit itself. Just to make sure your lines are good and straight where you want them to be at. You can always feed one of these through a couple holes to make sure it's going to stay in place, and then you can go back and drill your other holes actually where the mount's going to be at. Alright, all 6 screw holes are done, and like I said to you guys, you'll have it to where they're right on the edge of this actual plate inside of here, guys. You can still get that screw to bite in there. I've done it plenty of times with my own kayaks. But being these back 4 here will be your main support beams, it's going to hold your transducer up with no problem. Like I said, you always can add, if you want to, for safety, guys, if you want to just protect yourself a little more, you can put a zip tie right around here to help hold that to the Guardian plate as well too. So as I mentioned, guys, you got 6 small screws and lock washers that come in the packaging with Lowrance. So you actually feed these through the top of the Guardian, or the inside the Guardian plate, to your Lowrance transducer, which will be mounted to the bottom right here. Now, of course, before you do that, guys, you have to actually run your transducer cable through the Guardian plate where you actually added that other mounting bracket right there for it, guys. So you'll feed your wire from the outside in. So like I said, 4 screws, guys. I got a 5th one up here at the top to hold it in place. Alright guys, so I did that zip tie. I added it just in case. See, zip tie right there. Nice and snug inside the kayak. Inside the Guardian plate actually. But zip tie just gives it a little more support. I did get like I said, I did get 5 screws in there. I got the 1 up top and the 2 main ones on the bottom. So your transducer is definitely very snug on this Guardian plate. Next step to Guardian plate, guys, to allow it to retract up, you have to remove 6 screws from inside the Guardian plate. So just remove those screws. So under here, guys, there's a pulley. So make sure that rope still goes around that pulley to allow you to retract that Guardian plate up with your transducer on there. So I actually have this run back down the pulley. Alright guys, you're gonna feed your wire for your transducer into the kayak up there. Guys, as I mentioned, just 2 overhand knots. Like that. Then 1 more knot on the end of your line, guys, and get it as close you can to that second knot as you can, that first knot as you can. Just kind of force it up there. So you have 2 overhand knots just like that, guys, and that will allow this Guardian plate to retract up into the hole. All right, guys, I kind of messed it out a little bit, so I got a little bit further up on the line for me. Here, guys, now next step, you have to find your little grommets that come with your through holes and figure out which of these grommets fits your transducer cable or whatever wire you're doing actually the best. Now just feed your wire through the kayak, guys. Guys, next to the power cable, Lowrance actually sends you a nice little inline fuse to go to your positive line. What I did is cut a little piece of black to go with the negative as well, just to make them kind of meet up the same spot. I'm gonna be adding some waterproof connectors here just to help protect the these wires. And plus, this customer does fish a lot of salt water, guys, so I'll make sure his stuff is gonna be good and watertight for him, so he has no issues. So he's gonna allow these things to shrink on there and make a nice waterproof fit. So you can see, nice waterproof seal. Find out which of these grommets fits your wire. So your transducer wire needs one. Make sure it fits the wire. Nice snug fit. And of course the power cable needs one as well too. Once you guys make sure you have this to where it stays right there so you don't go back and redo it. You need your wires to run through there so it's a nice watertight fitting. You just pick out which ones you want to use it for. I'm using 2 of them. So you will need to remove or at least relocate some of the foam blocks underneath the kayak, just so you can run your wires where you want to run to. Make sure you slip this back over in case it popped off on you. Elite FS from Lowrance. Now 7-inch screen on the lock and load universal fish finder mount from Yak-Attack. And of course, all that's going to be mounted to the actual H-rail system with an H-rail mighty mount. Really easy to install it, guys. If you want to take this thing out, you can actually remove this, take it off, store it in his truck or inside somewhere else so it doesn't get damaged or get stolen. And it's going to stay on the kayak right there all the time if he wants to. If you want to actually release it, you're going to screw it here, guys. You have to screw it pretty good a little bit because it's actually a cross beam, guys. So it's going to be sitting like this inside this mighty mount. This cross beam go right here, and this actually goes inside the track system. Of course, tighten it down real good. Nice secure fitting. Once you put this in place, guys, right here, this little lever will close and locks in place. It's locked. If you want to spin it, push it in, and you can twist. You want to release it, pinch in, open it up, comes right off. So, very adjustable mount, guys. Of course, if he wants to actually remove this center, this middle bracket right here, guys, you can remove this completely and mount this directly to this without having the little 4-inch arm in here. I'll leave on here for him to check that out first if he likes that or if he wants to move it around. That's how you install it right there, guys. And of course, like I said, make sure you actually have enough slack. Your transducer and your power cables actually reach your unit. Of course, you can actually move this to along the H rail, guys, if you want to. So if you want to further up, you can move it closer to the front of the kayak, and then that will actually reach the H rail system right there easily. I mean the transducer plug very easily, guys. You can see how the Elite looks, FS looks now. Very nice unit, guys. Of course, right here is gonna be where your memory card would go, under the Lowrance emblem. Keeps it nice and waterproof. Alright, guys, that's the install for the Lowrance Elite FS. I do not know how this thing works on the water. I will probably get some feedback from my buddy once he uses it on the water a few times. But I have no idea how well it works. If you got any questions, guys, feel free to comment. Ask them in the comments down there. Make sure you like and subscribe too, guys. Show me some love, please.